CSA voucher program that UK Health and Wellness is offering as a partnership and collaboration with the Bluegrass Harvest Coalition. We are thrilled to be partnering, and we're thrilled that we have all of the 5 farms that are participating in this year's voucher program. Our hope for you today is to be able to learn a little bit more about what a CSA is, a little bit more about each of the farmers and their farms, and address any questions that you might have. But in regards to health and wellness, our mission at UK Health and Wellness is to improve the health and well-being of the university community that we serve. And we serve, of course, the employees. And we do this through education and providing resources to help people live healthier lives. And this is just one of the many programs and initiatives that we offer that allow our employees to take advantage of some financial resources to assist them in living healthier lives by purchasing a CSA share and eating more produce. We'd like to see the health benefits that come from that, of course. So with that, I would like to introduce somebody. Mr. Max Stone. He is with OAK, the Organic Association of Kentucky, and he's going to share a few words.
All right, thanks, Jody. So, my name is Max Stone. I'm the chairman of the Organic Association of Kentucky. We're kind of a fledgling organization, but because of the programs like this, there's a real movement that's asking farmers to transition to organic. So OAK is hiring some individuals that we can go to a farm and say, if you want to transition your farm to be an organic farm, here's how you do it, understand the regulations, here's what you need to do. We have the resources of the university, Department of Ag, that can pull those resources together. So we appreciate, Jody, the pull. The whole thing about organic marketing, it's a pull program. People are asking us to produce these crops versus an industry where they grow it and then shove it in the grocery store and hope somebody buys it. It's a completely different type of marketing scheme. So just a little bit, they asked me to tell you a little bit about what CSA is. Full disclosure, my wife, Ann, runs the Elmwood Stock Farm CSA, but I'm here representing OAK in sort of a general concept about CSA. So started several years ago. The whole idea of, so farmers spend a lot of money this time of year on seed and propane and labor to get seeds up and running, work the fields long before there's any crop to sell. So the relationship with you all as a CSA member, it capitalizes the expense of starting up the farm each spring. We don't have to borrow money and then have to pay some of that back. So there's a financial benefit to the farmer. There's also an interesting financial benefit to you that once you've written the check, you've got that's done, then every time you pick up your box or your bag from whichever farm that you're partnering with, you don't think about how much this costs. But you do think, just like all of our grandparents taught us, don't waste that tomato. You don't want to waste any of the food. Somebody works really hard to produce that food. So it will incentivize you to eat everything that you get. And there's different ways you can work up your baskets and preserve it so that it'll last, and decide your menu planning. Most of us, I'm sure, the farms, they have no idea what you're going to have in your box the first week, the second week, any week. You have no idea what you're going to get until the farm will decide the day before what's ready, what gets harvested, how to share that amongst yourselves. So that's a really fun thing. It's like Christmas every week. See what's in there. So then the other aspect of this is the relationship with you. So we go to the farmer's market and sell. Again, each of the farms all sell at the market. On a rainy day, we take a lot of stuff home. So with this relationship with you, the farmers will have your email, you'll have their phone number, you can contact them. you build a relationship and a conversation around food and healthy eating. I would like to say that the program is around organic farming specifically, because why would any health-focused program promote the use of toxic chemicals out on the land? So that's why it's reserved for organic farmers only, based on the health benefits and the environmental benefits. And as a member, from whichever farm you're in, you'll learn lots more about that, which will further incentivize you to eat healthy and enjoy good food. So that's a general overview about CSA. The 5 farms that are represented here, we've all known each other for years and years and years. We all get along. It's a great way that we can build the organic movement, if you will, by having this friendly competition to secure shares. But we help each other. We go to each other's farms. We share equipment with each other. And that's just really pretty powerful. That's unique to, again, to the organic, sustainable world versus a true competition. So thank you, Sandy, and all for sort of helping culture this relationship of shared growth amongst the organic farms across the state. So thanks, Sandy. Any questions specific? Each farm is going to be up here in a minute, so. Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. My name is Sandy Cannon. I am with an organization called Community Ventures. We're a nonprofit organization here, based here in Lexington. We are statewide. We provide loans for people, but what we really want to do is make sure people are growing their personal wealth. Our target here are our farmers. And so what you are doing here is ensuring that families can stay on the farm, keep growing food. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to be the one you call if you have issues. So there's my phone number, my email is on everything. So when you see that, I'm the person you're calling. So without further ado, we're doing all the organizing, but the organizing that makes most sense to you is what the farmers are organizing. So I want to call them up. I'm going to call them up in alphabetical order. So UK, sorry, you're last. I want to start with Amby Stone. She is with Elmwood Stock Farm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming today. They asked us to take 5 or 6 minutes to just talk about the farm. My name's Ann Stone from Elmwood Stock Farm. We're located just north of here, Scott County, outside of Georgetown. I farm with my family, my brother John Bell and his family, and my husband Mac that you heard from earlier. We have a diverse amount of produce on our farm, along with Angus beef cattle, sheep, and we raise chickens and turkeys outdoors on pasture. Specifics about CSA, our program goes for 22 weeks, May through September. In the early season, you're going to see asparagus, lettuces, peas, strawberries. Then as the season changes, we move into the summer months. Peppers and green beans and potatoes and tomatoes and sweet corn and an abundance of items. And then again, we move into the fall season towards the end of the time, and sweet potatoes and kale greens and carrots and root crops and fall squashes. So you really get to know the season of what grows in Kentucky as we move through. You can add on eggs or beef or chicken or pantry shares, and I believe all that information is on the website that Bluegrass Harvest has organized. We have several different pickup locations. I think we've learned over the years that we need to try to be convenient to people's home and work schedules. That's one of the reasons it's hard for people to buy organic local is access. So we have a number of different pickup locations around, not just Lexington, but here in central Kentucky as well, in different parts of Lexington. And someone mentioned earlier, we also do sell at farmers market. Actually saw someone today that's a regular customer. But our commitment as a farm is to our CSA members. And once we started CSA, this will be our 12th year, we realized those customers are making a commitment to us 100% in the beginning. We're committed to them. So one of the benefits of having other markets is we can grow enough product to be sure and have extra stuff for CSA. And the member's supposed to share the risk, but truthfully, people don't really go without. I mean, we have an abundance in that way as well. We have extra turnips. We're not forced to put them in the CSA every week. We can go to a restaurant chef or someone else to take that off our hands. It kind of works in a nice balance, but it still goes back to everything revolves around CSA. Some of the benefits, and I'm sure some of the other farms might mention this as well, is we generate a weekly newsletter that goes with the share, a description of what the vegetable is, how to store it, recipes are included also, and then we write a little bit about a timely issue, how you grow garlic, or why organic might be important, some of that kind of stuff. We have an open farm day the end of April. It's just for CSA members where everyone comes out. We open up the greenhouses, look at seeding and transplanting, show how we make compost, visit the fields. One of the popular things is the chickens, chasing the chickens, gathering the eggs, whatever the kids want to do. We do an email every week during the season to remind you to pick up. So communication is kind of something that we spend a lot of time thinking about and making sure that we're reactive and helping people just remember to collect their share each week. And then we do want to thank UK Wellness for putting this program together. There was a small pilot last year and we were appreciated being a part of that, and we learned a little bit. But this is huge to get organic food into people's refrigerators. I mean, it's something we're really, really excited about. And then we have our contact information back there, so just grab a phone number or email, and you may want to share it with friends as well. But if there's any questions about CSA that you think of later, don't hesitate. I mean, call Sandy or just call us. It doesn't really matter who you sign up with. We're happy to share information. So, thank you.
Great, thank you. Next, I would like to call up Lazy 8 Farm, Bryce Bowman. Is Carla coming up too? Where is she?
I'm not
Oh,
here.
there you are. You're not coming up?
I don't think so.
Bryce Bowman.
We want to
Lazy
do
8
that.
Farm.
I'm Bryce Bowman, and farming for me started at an early age. When my first word was tractor. I knew from the time I was 4 years old I wanted to be a farmer. The challenge in that is figuring out how to make that happen. Our family farmed for generations, but we've always had tobacco and cattle, and I knew that wasn't going to be an opportunity for me from the get-go. I started selling at the farmer's market when I was 12 years old, selling sweet corn instead of getting a summer job. And in high school, I just had a U-Pick strawberry patch for FFA project, and it just kind of grew out of all of those different loves of growing stuff. And my parents are both retired and work full-time on the farm with us now. And CSA has really become the lifeblood of our farm. Being committed to organic practices and having this direct relationship with our customers has just meant everything to us. And we really appreciate that. Our CSA is 25 weeks. We go, from when we feel pretty confident that we can get some stuff in the box until we lose confidence in the fall when the frost comes. So we start with strawberries and we end with the root vegetables and try to grow everything in between there. We've got several different pickup locations. You can see all that on the website. And one thing we do encourage people, if they pick up at a community site for us, that's someplace where we're set up at the farmer's market. If you're just sick of summer squash or you've had too much kale in the box the last couple of weeks, you can trade out vegetables with anything else we have at the farmer's market booth. And that gives you some flexibility if you get tired of eating something that we're in the box. So I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll be in the back. You can talk to me or my mom, and we just really appreciate what this opportunity means for us and what it means for all the other farmers in the state. It's going to be a good thing, so thank you.
Can't you just feel the passion they have to grow for you? I just think it's quite wonderful. Next, I'm going to call up Rootbound Farm, and that would be Ben Abel and Bree Pearsall and Hazel.
Okay, thanks Sandy, and thank you all for coming out today to look into supporting your local organic farms. Like Sandy said, my name is Ben Abel, my wife Bree Pearsall, and Hazel, and we are Rootbound Farm. I don't know what my first word is, but we're hoping her first word will be CSA. And Bree and I farm in Oldham County, like the other farms here today. We are certified organic. We grow produce for restaurants, for groceries, but primarily for our CSAs. We also have a small flock of sheep that you may occasionally see a picture of behind us here that graze on our more hilly fields. We offer our CSA May through October. We have one share size. We are focused on growing kind of the normal vegetables that you're all used to growing, you're all used to eating, your kind of summer favorites, your fall, spring favorites from greens, sweet corn, potatoes, tomatoes. And we also try to throw in specialty items to kind of push people's limits a little bit, whether it's fresh herbs or things like fennel or radicchio, to kind of encourage people to kind of go outside of the box and to experience the full range of flavors and products that we can raise successfully here in Kentucky. We, big focus for our CSA, we used to grow a lot of vegetables for distributors, and when we moved into CSA, we realized the huge benefits of developing a community of supporters around our farm. So a big focus of ours has been to foster community in our CSA. We do that through our weekly newsletter, sharing vegetable storage tips, sharing cooking tips to our online community, sharing, again, cooking and eating tips for veggies. We do it through our One Farm Field Days. We do 3 field days a year, starting with what we call our Baby Lamb Field Day, which is in mid-May, where people can come out and check out the next generation of sheep, the next generation of lambs in our flock. And then we do a Midsummer Day and kind of end of the season cap, where we can do wagon rides and check out the farm and see where y'all's food is grown. We are doing a new thing this year called Veggie Happy Hours, where at each of our CSA drop-off spots, we're going to try to do it twice a year at each of our drop-off spots, where we come, we meet people as they pick up their basket, we encourage them to stick around for a little while we share some ideas and cook some veggies together. And yeah, Bree?
Yeah, just, Ben shared that we have one share size and we have some pictures and they're also on our website if you're interested. People often ask how many people will it feed, and what we found is it's just so dependent on your needs as a household. So we have some households of 2 that are able to go through the box every week, and then we have some larger households that are splitting with a neighbor or something. And so about 25% of our current shareholders are splitting their share with somebody, another family member or a neighbor. So, think about, you may be able to get creative if you think, maybe there's more than one household that would go in on a CSA share together. But again, come check us out and see our pictures of what we're offering. And at the end of the day, we got into this because we love vegetables and fresh food, and so we're excited to share with you all what's growing and to help you feel confident and enjoy fresh vegetables by sharing recipes and preparation as well. Because for especially some of the newer items, if we throw in some fresh herbs or like a bok choy or fingerling potato, it's nice to have some discussion about what the best way to make that shine. So we have some people that have become okra lovers because of our recipes that said before that they did not like okra. So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
We have a person online who has a question.
Oh, a
if it's
person
okay.
online.
Is okay? They're asking, and I think you answered this, do you share growing tips for people who grow some of their own vegetables?
We do not share growing tips. I mean, we absolutely are open to that conversation, and where that usually happens is actually either online or at our farmers markets naturally, but like our newsletters and our ongoing communication is not focused on gardening tips. It's really more focused on the food preparation of what's in the CSA basket. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Ford Waterstrat, who definitely has the best name of our 5 farmers this year, with Sustainable Harvest.
All right, thank you. Thank you all for being out here today. I have a little bit different story, agriculture. I actually blame my farming interest on Ann and Max Stone from Elman Stock Farm. I had no intentions of farming, but just a quick little history. I came to UK. My wife was working at Markey Cancer Center doing her doctoral research, and I was a school teacher and needed something to stay out of trouble. So Elmwood was kind enough to let me work on their farm in the summers. And not only did I just enjoy and love growing food, but the way that eating healthy food made me feel was just unbelievable. So I encourage all of you all, whatever farm you all sign up with today, or later on in the season, that it's going to be such a great experience for all of you. And the way it makes you feel and just the energy it gives you is amazing. So I commend you all for doing that, for choosing to do that and commit to that. A little bit of history about our farm, though. We're actually in London, Kentucky, which is south about an hour. We have 4 different drop-off locations here in Lexington. One on North Broadway, one on Southland Drive, and then in Chevy Chase as well. And we do beef, we do grass-fed beef, pork, and then we also partner with a local cheesemaker down in London, Kentucky. So we offer cheese and also a baker we partnered with in Berea. So with your regular vegetable share, you can also add on the beef and pork and breaded cheese as well. And we also have a nutritionist that we partnered with that works with our farm that for people that want a little more information on the best, maybe you have a specific diet you need help with or allergies that you need help with. We've got a nutritionist that you're more than welcome to contact, and they can kind of help you along with different things like that. And she also offers meal planning for people that need help, coming up with ideas of best ways to utilize the produce. Our farm, like other farms, offer weekly recipes and storage tips on all the produce that we make, but we found that some families needed a little more help on best ways to utilize all the new produce that they're getting exposed to. And we do 3 different sizes. We've got a small, a medium, and then a large. And pricing's on our website as well, but it's modeled right off of Elmwood Stock Farm. So a lot of farmers borrow a lot of information from each other. And Elmwood's the leader, at least for me. They're a wonderful farm to work with. And then we also have several farm events at our farm down in London, which we know it's a long drive to come down to London for you. And so one of the things that we really like to do is have kids come and get involved a little bit growing seeds and different things like that, and also seeing the calves. And then we also, at the end of the season, have a big farm-to-table fine dining event that one of the local chefs we work with kind of hosts that. It's a really nice time to come down for at least one time and have a really nice meal and kind of get out into the country. We live in a beautiful, beautiful area where our farm is. So thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you all.
And last but not least, UK South Farm with Mark Williams.
So I'll just tell you a little bit about what we do. I think everybody else has talked kind of in general about CSAs. Our CSA takes place on one of the University of Kentucky research farms, and it's the horticulture research farm. It's on the south end of town at the corner of Man of War and Nicholasville Road, about 4 miles from here. And so we do pickups at that farm, and then right over in this parking lot, right beside this building. We have had our CSA program. This will be our 10th year of doing CSA, and the horticulture research farm is about 100 acres, and the part of the farm that is used for this CSA is the organic farming unit, which was started in 2003, and it's 30 acres of that 100-acre farm. Within that organic farming unit, we have a farming apprenticeship program, and so the one thing that is unique about our farm is that it's a educational farm, and it's an apprenticeship that's used to teach UK students about growing produce in a sustainable way. We have weekly classes where we teach the science and the theory behind how we farm, and then we have a lot of hands-on activities. So they spend a growing season with us. They learn how to farm. They develop a relationship with the customers. You'll see them in some of these pictures and pictures over on the table there. You'll see them at the booth, and so the support that comes in financially for our CSA goes to student education. So that is one thing that is unique about our farm. We have newsletters, and if you Google UK CSA, you'll hit 7 years of photos, thousands of photos and videos, student testimonials each week that are in our newsletter, lots of recipes, pictures of what all our shares look like. Back on the table, you can see what the CSA shares for 22 weeks looked like last year, and you can see the same thing for the last probably 4 or 5 years on the website if you want to see what you'd be getting in our CSA. Seasonally, it's very similar to everybody else here. We grow pretty much, or have grown at one time or another, anything that can be grown in this region of the country. We have a U-pick option with our CSA. It comes with the CSA, and so we have a field that we set aside for the shareholders. They can come out to the farm 5 days a week, and we have things like flowers, herbs, lots of different things in the U-pick, and then we open up fields towards the end of the seasons for U-pick on our fields as well. We do the recipes, all the rest of the stuff that people do typically with CSA. And then we also have some farm potluck events where you get to mingle with the students. You know the students that are growing the food for you, and we do that, 2 of those, one in the spring, one in the fall. I think that's probably everything. I'd be glad to answer any questions, but I guess one thing I would encourage you all is that there are 5 people in this program, and this is the second year of this effort. And the first year was kind of some preliminary data collection to see if being in the CSA would change the health of people in the CSA. And I think the data is really convincing on that. And Tim Woods, who headed up that study, that's one of the first studies done in the United States like that. There's always been kind of this idea that eating healthy and being in a CSA, kind of maybe forces people to eat healthier because they've committed financially in this, but the data is really good on that. And this is a program that I think could put us on par with places like Madison, Wisconsin that are the real model for a CSA program like this. So your investment in this program could really, I think, have significant impact on changing agriculture in the central Kentucky or around the Kentucky area. So I encourage you to support these 4 other farmers that are actually real farmers, but if you want to be in an educational program, you can come with us, but I would go with them first.
Wow, well, thank you so much to all of you who shared. Actually, I want to go out and buy a CSA at the moment, and I'm not eligible. Anyway, before I allow you all to go up and talk with the different farmers and farms and have them address any of your questions, I just wanted to be clear on a few things. If you are interested in purchasing a share, the $200 voucher is only applied to the full share of the farm, or of a farm. If you want any add-ons, they're available to purchase, but it is applied to the total of your purchase, if you will. So I just wanted to make that clear. I also wanted to make it clear that that is a taxable income. It's indicated on our website there. If today, after talking to the different farms and farmers, and you've heard enough and you want to make that purchase, we have iPads at each of the tables, and we'd be happy to walk you through the process of that selection of whatever farm you'd like to participate in. And lastly, I just wanted to let you know that as a part of this pilot program, it truly is a pilot program, because based on the success of this pilot, if it is successful, there's always potential to open it up to the broader population of employees. So again, we had to kind of start small this year and providing only 200 shares or $200 vouchers, but our hope is to be able to expand it in the future. I did say lastly, but really this is the lastly. I did want to point out that if you do purchase a share through this program, we do have a registered dietitian on the health and wellness team. Her name is Vanessa Oliver. She happens to be in the back behind the food table at the moment. She will be hosting cooking demonstrations on how to utilize the produce that you receive in your boxes or baskets on a monthly basis on campus. And that is also available to those online as well if you want to log in and view online. But from what I understand, sometimes you get a plethora of one vegetable and are not exactly sure how to prepare it or eat it or what have you. Vanessa is very schooled and very knowledgeable, not only in the nutrition aspects of the produce, but also she has some farming and cooking skills also. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that that was available as a portion of this program offering. So at this time, we have a question from somebody in the...
In the global world here.
Yes.
The question is basically, for the ones who are not here today, if they want to sign up, how do they do it? And how do they contact the farms individually, or is that information available?
So because those who are eligible should have received an email from yours truly, Jody Ensman from Health and Wellness. If you did not receive that email from me, you are not randomly selected to take part in this program.
However, you still may go to bluegrassharvest.org and sign up for that CSA, or you can go directly to each of the farms' websites and sign up for a CSA that way as well.
Good point. Yeah, thank
Are
you.
the farm websites listed someplace where they can get to them easily?
Yes, they are on bluegrassharvest.org. On the very first page, you'll see the list of the farms.
Are there any other questions before we allow you to mingle?
We do have people scattered about the room who can help with the iPads if you want to sign up now. But otherwise, you need to go to your Live Well portal and access the website there. And I think, unless there are any questions, anybody have questions? Questions of individual farmers? Yes?
The true prices that are given, are these cash shares or how are
These are all full shares. This program is only available for a full share, which is going to be 20 to 25 weeks depending on the farm.
Okay, and there are two.
So what you're going to see is the full price, and then the price with a voucher, which is less, and then we have the per week price for that. Yes?
Okay, question is, with the voucher, what is the total price of the share?
You will be able to find that online. We do have a flyer that I believe we can have, that perhaps you can send out to interested parties.
Yeah, if you are eligible for the voucher program and you log into the Live Well portal, it's going to ask you to put in your Link Blue credentials, and in there we do have a listing of all the farms, the different prices, what's included, and then also it will take you directly to the Bluegrass Harvest website, where you can then research more thoroughly the farm of your choice to answer those questions.
Anything else? Our farmers are set up at separate tables back here. Please feel free to ask them any questions you would like. If you are on your way, thank you very much for attending today. We really appreciate your attention and interest in supporting our organic farmers here in Kentucky. Thank you.
Thank you.